Hello and welcome to the introduction video for the Dreamcast Junkyard Desert Island Discs Fantasy Draft Edition. I'll probably edit in a real trumpet there if I can be bothered. For those of you who don't know, Desert Island Discs is a radio show where celebrities pick 8 music tracks, a book and a luxury item that they would take with them if they were being stranded on a fictional desert island. We are running our own competitive version of this, where 12 Dreamcast know-it-alls will be taking turns to try and assemble the best 4-game collection that they can. The twist is, though, that the other 11 are going to be drawing from the same pool at the same time as them, like a fantasy draft. We are going to kindly provide them with a Dreamcast for their island, so that's the luxury item covered. We're also going to give them 2 books, because we're not as tight as the BBC. So they get to take the A to Z Dreamcast guide and the Year 1 Dreamcast book with them. Brilliant. With the rules covered, all we now need to do is introduce you to the 12 who are taking part. In the order that we'll be drafting, so with the first overall pick of the draft, it is Brian from the Dreamcast Junkyard, the Saturn Junkyard, and the Thursday Night Book Club, if you watch that. Picking second, it is the Dreamcast Daddy himself. It's Tom Charnock, father, creator, mother to the Dreamcast Junkyard community. Then a man who apparently wrote a book. It is Andrew Dickinson. So he will be picking third. With the 4th pick, it is Faith Johnston, aka Retro Faith. So very pleased to have her on board. With pick number 5, it is Steve from Dreamcast Years, Andrew's sellout podcast that he has on the side. With the 6th pick, it's one of our other special guests. It is Mr. Dreamcast Live himself. It is PC Wizard. 7th is Lewis from the Dreamcast Junkyard team, the man behind many of the great graphics and jokes you see around our account. In 8th, it is me. No introduction needed, because I'm introducting this video. With the 9th pick, it is Jason, also from the DCY podcast. With the 10th pick, we got a back to the Dreamcast Junkyard staff. It is James Jarvis. You might also know him as It's Much More. Kindly runs some streams and the YouTube stuff for the Dreamcast Junkyard. Then 11th, it is our final Dreamcast Years contributor. It is Rich. And then in last place for the first round and first place for the second round, so he's got picks 12 and 13, it is Mike Phelan, the A to Z author himself, so I'm sure he'll have no problems picking 2 games back to back. Once all the games are picked, we're going to be tweeting these out as we go along, sharing these out as we go along. Once they're picked, there's going to be a community vote. We're going to split these guys up into little divisions, and we're going to have some votes on who has picked the best island. Which island would you choose to go live at if you were choosing one of these as your de facto leader? And we're going to crown an overall winner of the first ever Dreamcast Junkyard Fantasy Discs, Desert Island Discs, whatever I said it at the start of the video. We're going to crown a winner for whatever that title was. Again, I might re-edit that in here.